What's cooking? What's popping? It's your boy, Pat Chennington, on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night. And I'm about to go on a journey. I'm about to dive deep into the wonderland that is known as my Discord. It's a wonderful, magical place that I do find myself venturing into every once in a while. I know you guys think I'm not in there, but I am. I'm watching y'all. We're going to take a look at some of the albums that you guys are putting out in my Discord. I posted in there, I think like a week ago, I said I want to review your guys' stuff, and I got bombarded with a bunch of albums. I do plan on doing a second video of this, just because there were so many that you guys make, so just keep sending them to me. I think we'll make like a goal with this one. If this video gets 1,000 likes, I will start working on the second one right away. So let's do it. Let's get it. Let's jump right into this. Here is me reviewing some Vaporwave albums from the Pad Chennington Discord. All right, first up, we got a very healthy looking Vaporwave album by the name of She Divorced Me and Took the Fucking Kids. This looks like a great listen, an educational listen. I'm definitely excited to hear the quality that is going to come out of this album, by Brody Argo. Brody, this looks very quaint, and I'm excited to see what we got cooking up in here. All right, so let me explain it by this. You ever go to a frat party, or you're about to go into a frat party? I guess this only really applies for anyone who, went to college or is in college. You ever go to a frat party and it gets busted by the cops, so then you start walking around with your boys for the next party to go to, and you end up getting a text from someone saying like, yo, let's go to the rugby house, bro, it's popping over there. So you're like, okay, let's go. So you start walking. It's like 1:30 in the morning already, so the parties are all dying out. And you can, when you're walking by a party and you can hear that it's already a bad time, like you could hear the volume of the music, the just shitty rap music that's coming out of this basement, and you're not even in it yet, but you could tell that like it's not passing through bodies, like the volume of the sound is just coming out very easily to the streets above the basement. So it's just like the most vacant, musty, moldy, dirty frat party basement. That's what this album is. So it's like a bunch of just today's hits on the radio, just rap hits. Like I heard Tekashi 6ix9ine was on there, and that Drake song that I actually kind of like. I like the beat, but it's pretty much just regurgitated rap songs and then like sped up and like put through a trash compactor. And there's some like drum and bass in there every once in a while. The album art, pretty much, it's what I feel. It's how I look under this mask right now listening to this album. Brody Argo, masterpiece, 10 out of 10. You did great, buddy. Keep going, keep making music. This is just it's wonderful, wonderful. Alrighty, next up we got Stratospheres by Ahero. I actually got a lot of recommendations in my Discord to check this one out. I know when this dude posted this, everyone was flocking over and saying, Pad, you gotta listen to this thing. So I'm definitely excited to look at it. I love the album art right off the bat, super minimalistic, and I kind of got a feeling what it's gonna sound like. That's the thing with Vaporwave, like a lot of albums, just the artwork itself, you could just like predict what the music's gonna sound like, or at least your mind starts to make you feel this vibe with the album cover. I don't know, you get what I'm saying. But let me just jump right in, let me shut up. Stratospheres by Ahero, let's do it. Wow, okay, I'm really impressed. First off, 100% electronic. If you're ever watching this video, check this dude out, because this is like the 100% electronica sound, but it's a way more just like tranquil, calming experience. I saw a comment on there that said it was like numbingly tranquil, which just perfectly describes what it is. It sounds like it's like Satin Sheets almost. I think Satin Sheets is a little more energetic than this, and this one was way just more lax than some of the stuff Satin Sheets puts out, which is already pretty relaxed in itself. So it's kind of hard to explain that, but it's super filtered. It's like everything is like peaking towards this one frequency almost on just like the scale of sound. It's just very like just tight packed, and it's like the whole way through. If that makes any sense, listen to it because you'll get what I'm saying. But it does sound like you're in an airplane and you're about to jump out and it's freezing cold, and just all the wind outside the plane is making your musical experience within the diving plane sounding like it's coming out of a straw, but in a good way. This is like the designated driver of Vaporwave albums. It's just super in control, very responsible, very responsible album. I like what it did here, and it's just a very nice calming way to welcome you into a great vapory listening experience. Ahero, man, keep pushing it, make some more stuff, because this is really, really, really good. And like I said, 100% electronica. If you're watching this, give this album a chance. This is pretty hot. Alrighty, next up we got Nightlife by Nostalgic Depression. That's a very eerie name, but Nostalgic Depression, and this is the album Nightlife. Let us jump right in. Alright, another good one. I'm really surprised so far. Nightlife, this is really, really good. This is something that I feel like would just fit perfectly on Nightlight tapes. It is a lo-fi vaporwave experience to the max. It's got some sweet samples on there. I love some of the reverse chop work you kind of did on track. What was the name of that track? Cruise Control. That was tight. Yeah, this is a good one. You know, you listen to this album at night. That's my Discord though. Alright, next up we got Reincarnated Resurrection by Japanese Letters. I can't read Japanese, but I've heard this album before. I've heard it already. I've actually listened to it a couple of times, but let me listen to it again, or at least listen to a couple tracks from it just to kind of refresh the memory. You know, there's so much shit, just vaporwave, billions of albums, so let me re-listen to it, and I'll give you my thoughts. Alright, Reincarnated Resurrection, definitely a super, super atmospheric experience. A very wide listen, spa-like. It's like a moist, wet cyberpunk spa, if I could put it anyway. This is pretty sweet, you know, like you guys sent me a ton of links and I just randomly picked a bunch, and I'm kind of happy that so far every single album seems to be completely different than the last in regards to the type of like sub-genre that you guys are working with here. So very excited listening to these, and I'm kind of happy it's turning out this way. There's a bunch of short tracks in the beginning, but then there's like this last track number 7 is almost 20 minutes long. It's kind of a simple track. It's got just like puddles and synths every once in a while, nothing too crazy, but overall a very relaxing listen, and really complements the art style used for the album cover. Good job with this one. Oh god, it's Wii Sports. Here we go, we're playing some Wii Sports, baby. I remember when I got the Wii when I was like in middle school. I think everyone was like this. Everyone just had Wii Sports. That was the only game everybody ever played. And if you say you played anything else on the Wii, you're just lying. Maybe like WarioWare Smooth Moves and Brawl. And Elebits. I liked Elebits. That was a good game. But no, Wii Sports, that was the shit. I remember Wii Bowling. You cannot beat Pad Chennington and Wii Bowling. Anyone want to try me? I'm telling you, you're gonna lose. Alright, but let me shut up. We're gonna jump into Japanese Letters Sport. I'm assuming that says Wii Sports by Wii Sports. But yeah, let's do it. Okay, alright, this is hot. I can't believe I'm saying it, but this is hot. So, alright, so this Wii Sports album is pretty much a mix of all the different levels of Wii Sports. The original one, so there's like the menu and bowling, golfing, tennis, baseball, and boxing. And at first what I thought it was going to be, I just really thought the dude was going to slow it down, and like that's it. But there's some pretty cool sample work on here, and it's a mix of everything. Like the tennis one is like a disco track, and then like the bowling one is like a hip hop beat. So it's definitely varied, which is kind of cool. I think most people are gonna want to grab this thing just because it's like Wii. I don't know, it's cool. Like if you're a video game collector, I could totally see you just wanting to get this. But looking at it now, on the Bandcamp, it says there was only 10 cassettes, so this was super, super limited. So anyone who has this, that's kind of cool. And it came with an Obi strip too. That's kind of fresh. But yeah, I enjoyed listening to this one. It's nice hearing those Wii Sports songs again. Just reminded me of beating my cousin's asses in bowling, Wii Bowling, Pat Chennington, all day. I think I bowled a 300 once. I might have cheated, but I bowled it. TUPPERWAVE in the Casa. I've already heard this album a bunch of times. This is a killer piece of music here. I don't really got to listen to it again just because I've heard it already. So let me just go right into what I got to say about it. Pretty much it is a complete mix of different subgenres all packed into one really nice track list. But it still feels kind of consistent the whole way through. There was a comment I just read too that said the same thing, and I completely agree. There's a really solid level of production on here. Everything sounds great. For example, you got the track Style. That's like a future funk track. And then you got the track Palm Springs. That one was a way more classic vaporwave one. And then Empty Bliss as well. All three of those are different. I feel like that's kind of tough to do, especially if you're just jumping from high energy subgenres to something more calm and tame. Once again, it all depends on the listener. If you're in for that experience, if you want something different for every little track, this is a super solid album to listen to. But yeah, let me shut up. TUPPERWAVE, just go listen to it for yourself. It is super, super, super good. It's artists like this who are making the Vaporwave community more than just that, you know, irony that it's been for so many years before these latter years that we're into now, where I feel like we've kind of just distilled everyone who really finds passion in this sound and wants to really create music out of it, or at least pick and choose from Vaporwave cliches and just things you can use from it to make something truly beautiful. And TUPPERWAVE, you did that. Absolutely amazing job. Keep killing it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's look at this. Who's this guy over here? He looks pretty handsome. You guys are good. I didn't know how the hell you found a picture of me. That's what I look like. You nailed it pretty well. All right, let's do this one. Music, Aesthetics, and Content by Pinker. A fabulous album art. I don't know how you guys know what I look like, but you nailed it. Look at that Mike Wazowski flow. And what more beautiful 3 words than music, aesthetics, and content? You forgot the subscribe though in there. Come on, dude. Music, aesthetics, content. What is it? It's is this your first time on the channel? Do you like music? Do you like Vaporwave music, aesthetics, and content? Well, if this is your first time here, click the subscribe button so you don't miss anything that I drop or what, I don't remember. So it's albums like these that kind of get me scared to talk about because I can't tell if there was actual passion put towards the project or if this was just a thing to be like, let's get Pad to review this shit, even though it's horrible and it's some inside joke. Let's let him say that it's good and then we can rip him apart. But if I had to talk about it, if I had to say how I honestly feel about the album without knowing, I like the compositions. I think like in regards of making notes to the instruments that you use, I think that was pretty cool. It's not super sample heavy. I like the Dearly Beloved one though, Kingdom Hearts 3. I finally get to play it now. That was my thing. I told myself once I finished my album, my reward was going to be able to open my copy of Kingdom Hearts 3. So I gotta get on that still. But Pinker, you're my boy though. You're my boy, and you are one of the only people who know the true look under the mask. I mean, you guys pretty much nailed it. I almost